In a quiet village nestled between green hills and flowering meadows, lived Eleanor, a graceful woman in her late 70s, known for her silver hair, soft-spoken wisdom, and a garden that bloomed like poetry. She had been widowed for over 2 decades, finding her companionship in books, roses, and the memories she tucked into letters never sent. Miles away in a nearby town lived Thomas, an 81-year-old retired professor who carried a cane, a heart full of stories, and eyes that still searched the world with curiosity. He never remarried after losing his wife early in life. He believed some loves were too rare to be replaced. Fate brought them together one Sunday at a library book exchange. Eleanor reached for a weathered copy of Wuthering Heights at the same moment Thomas did. Their hands touched and both smiled. "I've read it 7 times, she said. Thomas chuckled. "Only 5, but perhaps I needed someone to discuss it with." From that moment, something gentle yet magnetic began between them. They met for tea in the garden she loved, talked about poetry, loss, and the joy of waking up to morning sunlight. There was no urgency between them, only presence. They'd sit in silence, and it was full that as months passed, their companionship deepened into something tender. He'd read to her when her eyes tired. She'd bake lemon scones just the way he liked. They danced slowly to old records in the fading evening light. People whispered, some with surprise, others with smiles, that love had knocked on their doors late, but powerfully. One winter morning, Eleanor fell ill. The hospital visits became daily rituals for Thomas. He'd sit beside her bed and read the letters she had once written to her younger self, to her late husband, and finally to him. "I never believed I'd fall in love again," one letter read. "But then you reached for the same book." When she passed quietly in her sleep weeks later, she left behind one final letter for Thomas. "You gave my final chapter meaning, warmth, and poetry. I only wish we'd met sooner, but I'm grateful we met at all." Thomas returned to her garden often, where the roses still bloomed. He read her letters aloud, smiled through tears, and planted new flowers for every season. Their love hadn't lasted decades, but it didn't need to. It was enough. It was real. And it was written in the time they had.